So good morning everyone. Welcome back to the another interesting chapter called as molecular basis of inheritance. Molecular basis of inheritance. So what we are going to study in this today's classes, you can see this picture, right? So by seeing this picture, you have come to know that so this is a DNA, right, it is a DNA. So you may wonder, what is this DNA? DNA is nothing but gene. I think all of us know that we will commonly we will be comparing she is like a mother, he is like his father. So and even we will compare them with the relatives. So what is the factor where we come across the offsprings of the children have a similarities with their parents? And the answer for that question is the gene. Right. So what is gene then? Gene is nothing but a genetic material. And what that is that which is transfer. What is this gene? It is a genetic material that which is transferred from the parents to the children. That is why we have the resemblance. So we have some resemblance which we have a little bit with the resemblance of our parents, right? And that is what we are going to study in this interesting chapter called molecular basis of inheritance. Here we will study the certain terms like gene, hereditary, and the next term is called inheritance. So what is hereditary? Passing of a character from the parents to the children from one generation to the another generation. That is called as hereditary. Inheritance means what? So that is we inherit or we get the character of the parents from generation to generation. That is called as what? Inheritance. Now let us understand this chapter. In this chapter, what is gene, what is hereditary, what is inheritance. So as I said, what is gene? Gene is nothing but a DNA. I think all of you might have heard about a word called nucleic acids, right? You have heard about the word called as nucleic acids. You have heard the word about called as nucleic acid in that is you have studied in the first PO. So how come the word and the two very important types of nucleic acids? So what are the two important types of nucleic acid? That is RNA and the DNA. So that is ribose nucleic acid and the deoxyribose nucleic acid. So now let us understand how these two nucleic acids play a great role in carrying the character from the parents to the children. So as we know that DNA completely act as a genetic material, but RNA serves both. So that means it acts as a genetic material as well as it will helps in the protein synthesis. Right. Now let us understand about these nucleic acid in detail. And you know that the structure of DNA, right? This is how it is look like. And you have seen the structure of the DNA. Right. Please do refer the notes to as well as the textbook for the structure or the diagram in detail. It is in a page number that is 98. The figure you can see here, this is the structure of DNA double helix model. So you please refer those things, right? So then DNA, as we know that DNA is nothing but a gene and gene is nothing but a DNA. So how wonderful it is to compare these two words, that is DNA is nothing but a gene, gene is nothing but a DNA. So what is this gene, DNA and the gene? So that is nothing but it helps in the transformation of character from one generation to the another. So that is the important role which is played by the DNA or the gene. So as I said, the nucleic acid. So what are nucleic acid? Actually, this word nuclein. So this word called nuclein was first coined by Friedrich Mischer. So it is first coined by Friedrich Mischer. So the person who have termed the nuclein is the Friedrich Mischer. That is that you know that the scientist he that is Friedrich Mischer is a scientist who subjected the pus cells of hospital bandage with a certain digestive enzyme, and one part of that nuclein, I think all of us you know that all the cells have a very important parts, that is called as what? Cytoplasm. So that is called as cytoplasm, and this is the nucleus. So as we know that all of you know that there are two very important parts, that is called as what? Cytoplasm, and the center core part is called as what? Nucleus. So when he subjected the pus cells of hospital bandage with a certain digestive enzyme, the one part of the cell remain undigested, and that undigested part of the cell he named it as what? Nuclein. So that is how the word nuclein and they have shown the what? Acidic property. So this nuclein has also shown the acidic property. Hence they are called as what? Nucleic acid. Understood how this word it is claimed? So if the cells and if the cells and they show the acidic property, hence they are called as what? Nucleic acid. As I said, DNA and RNA are called as nucleic acid. So as I said that this Friedrich Mischer in 1869 he isolated a nucleic acid from the nucleus of the pus cells, as I said. So that, and he called that term called nuclein. So the nuclein. So he termed that part we call as nuclein, and he described the compounds which is isolated from the nucleus. So the term nucleic acid was coined by what? Altman. So the nucleic acid was coined by the word nucleic acid. The term nucleic acid was coined by Altman. So the nuclein it is coined by the Friedrich Mischer. So the nuclein was coined by Friedrich Mischer, and the word nucleic acid was coined by Altman. And what are the types of nucleic acid? This RNA and the DNA. So they are called as nucleic acid, and they are found in the nucleus of the cell, and which will show the acidic property. Hence the name they called as nucleic acid. As I said, the Friedrich Mischer in 1869 he subjected the pus cells of the hospital bandage with a certain digestive enzyme. So one part of the cell they remain undigested, and that part he named, that undigested part he named as a nuclein. So nuclein came into existence. So that is how the word nuclein is came into existence. And the word nucleic acid was coined by Altman. So because of these two, DNA and RNA, which shows the acidic property, hence the name nucleic acid. So and the two types of nucleic acids are DNA and the RNA. That is deoxyribonucleic acid, and the RNA is a ribose nucleic acid. So what are the two important types of nucleic acid? That is RNA and the DNA. But usually we find that DNA is always double stranded. You can see here that DNA is always the double stranded, but RNA is a single stranded. Now let us understand about DNA first, then we will understand about the RNA next. So DNA means what? Deoxyribonucleic acid. So you can see this double helical structure of the DNA in the textbook as well as here. Please refer with a perfect for your further reference. Please refer the textbook, right? So this is how the DNA looks like. So DNA is a double helical structure. Why do we use the word called double helical? because it is in the form of twisted ladder. You can see here it is just like a twisted ladder. So like many of the house, they will have a twisted ladder staircase. So it look like that. Hence it is called as what? Double helical structure. Now let us understand about the DNA. And as I said, the DNA is a deoxyribonucleic acid. And this chapter, it is very very important for your examination point of view. So which will this lesson which will carry a weightage of 10 marks. So that is 5 marks question they will ask for 2. That is 5 marks question. They ask 2 questions from here. So that 5 marks can be split into 2 plus 2 plus 1 or 3 plus 2 or 4 plus 1. Like that they may split it out. So this is very important lesson for your examination. So the occurrence of this nucleic acid, that is the DNA. So now let us discuss how it is occurrence. What is the occurrence of this nucleic acid? That is particularly the DNA. So DNA is found as what? Genetic material in all the organism except RNA virus. Right. So see here the very word which will tell you the virus which will always have the RNA as a genetic material, then they will not have a DNA as a genetic material. That means the 50% will have a DNA and the 50% them will have a RNA as a genetic material. So, and the greatest amount of DNA is concentrated in the what? Nucleus. As I said, most of the DNA found where? In the nucleus of the cell. So, and it is also appear in the organelles like mitochondria and plastid, that is the extranuclear DNA. So, as I said, the occurrence of nucleic acid, that is a DNA. I think you have studied nucleic acid in first PU, where in the chapter called as biomolecules. You have studied much about these nucleic acids and all. And I think all of you know that what are the nitrogenous bases, right? Now moving on to the chemical composition of the DNA. So what is the chemical composition of this DNA? So what is the chemical composition of this DNA? So what is DNA chemically made up of? So when we are going to think about the DNA, we will get to know that how it is formed, how it is chemically made up of. So as you know that the chemical composition of DNA comprises of very important thing is the first one is the sugar. The sugar that is, it may be, if in DNA it is a deoxyribose sugar, whereas in RNA is a ribose sugar. So that is the one first very important thing it is present, which is comprises of in DNA as well as in RNA. So second one is 4 nitrogenous base. Nitrogenous base. And third one is phosphoric acid. So nitrogenous base, if it is in DNA, it is like adenine, what? Adenine, guanine, thymine and the cytosine. Whereas in if it is in a DNA. So if it is in RNA, adenine, guanine, thymine is replaced by a uracil and the cytosine in the RNA. So this is one very difference, very important difference between DNA and the RNA, right? So that is if it is in DNA, it is a ATC, that is AGTC, or in RNA AGUC, right? So and it is having, as I said, the third one is a phosphoric acid, that is the H3PO4. H3PO4. So these three are the very important chemical composition of DNA as well as the RNA. Now let us understand what are these. As I said, nucleic acid is a polymer of a nucleotide. So you can find more nucleotide together, and each nucleotide of DNA which contains of 3 chemical components. So that are the very important chemical components, that is the pentose sugar, nitrogenous base and the phosphoric acid. So what are the 3 very important chemical composition of DNA? That is pentose sugar, nitrogenous base and the phosphoric acid. So as we are talking about DNA, it is a deoxyribose sugar. So what is the formula? That is C5H10, C5H10, sorry, O4. That is O4. In case of RNA, it is C5H10O5. That is in deoxy means what? It is a one oxygen atom is less in DNA, whereas one oxygen atom is more in the RNA. So that is about the sugar, the pentose sugar. So next is the nitrogenous base. As you know that there are 2 types of nitrogenous base. That is purine and the pyrimidine. Purine and the pyrimidine. So this purine. So what is this purine? Purines are adenine and the A and the G. That is adenine and the guanine. So the pyrimidines are cytosine and the what? Thymine. Cytosine and the T, that is thymine. So and the symbol is AGCT. So what are the 4 nitrogenous base found in DNA? That is AGCT. AG is the purine, CT is the what? Pyrimidines. Thymine is found only in the DNA. So what is the difference between the nitrogenous base of DNA and the RNA? That is thymine is found in DNA, whereas uracil is found in the RNA. That is uracil is replaced by a thymine in the DNA. So both are the nitrogenous base. So what are the nitrogenous base? They are nothing but amino acids. So in DNA thymine is present, in RNA uracil is present, and the rest of 3 are remain same. That is AGC. It will be remain same. That is adenine, guanine, cytosine. It will be remain same. That is about a nitrogen base. Now moving on to the third one is phosphoric acid. As I said, this nucleic acid are called as what? Nucleic acid. And that acid comes because of the presence of phosphoric acid, that is orthophosphoric acid, H3PO4. So the common phosphoric acid which is present in nucleic acid is the orthophosphoric acid. That is H3PO4. That is a common phosphoric acid which is present both in DNA as well as in the RNA. So this is how the DNA is chemically composed. So as I said, DNA is a double helical, that is double stranded polynucleotide strand. So it is made up of what? Nucleotide. And now let us understand what is this nucleotide, how it is formed. Right. So nucleosides of DNA. Nucleoside of DNA. So first we will understand about the nucleoside which make a nucleotide. So what is the difference between nucleoside and the nucleotide? Here you can see that in your picture, in your diagram too, in the page number 98 there is a diagram. You please look into it. That is adenine plus deoxyribose, which will give the what? Adenine plus deoxyribose. which will give what? Which will give the deoxyadenosine. So they will give the deoxyadenosine like that, like G, that is a guanine plus deoxyribose, which will give the deoxyguanine. Cytosine plus deoxyribose, which will make the deoxycytosine. Thymine plus deoxyribose, which will make the deoxythymine. So that is 4 pentose sugar plus nitrogenous base, which will make what? Nucleoside. Which will make the nucleoside. So the combination of sugar plus nitrogenous bases, which will make the nucleoside. Here you can see that is the sugar plus a nitrogenous base. So you can see that sugar plus nitrogenous base plus phosphoric acid, which will give the nucleotide. Which will give the nucleotide, right? So we'll make that means which will make that is sugar plus nitrogenous base plus phosphoric acid, which will make the nucleotides. So you should remember this. It is very important difference between nucleoside and the nucleotide. So nucleoside and the nucleotide difference. Now let us understand the nitrogenous base and the pentose sugar, which will together constitute what? They will constitute the nucleoside. See, only 4 nitrogenous base plus sugar makes what? Nucleoside. And they are linked by what? Covalent bond, that is a glycosidic bond. Glycosidic bond, that is a glycosidic linkage. So as I told that they are linked by a covalent bond, that is a glycosidic bond. So what are the 4 nitrogenous base found in the DNA? That is adenine, guanine, cytosine and the thymine. So the combination of sugar plus nitrogenous base, which will make the nucleoside. So all these are you have studied in your first PUC in a biomolecular chapter. Now, what are nucleotides of DNA? It is of about nucleoside. So now let us understand what are the nucleotide. Nucleotide of DNA. So you can see that the nucleotide is a monomeric unit of DNA, which is formed by a nitrogenous base, pentose sugar and the phosphate group. So here you can see that the sugar plus what? Adenine, it is a sugar, that is a nitrogenous base plus phosphoric acid, which will give what? Adenalic acid. Adenalic acid. So you can see the sugar, nitrogenous base and the phosphate, which will give the adenalic acid. You can also write what? That is nucleoside plus phosphoric acid, that is phosphate. So which will give what? Nucleotide. Nucleotide, that is sugar plus adenine plus phosphate, which will give the adenalic acid. Sugar plus guanine plus phosphate, which will give the guanilic acid. And the sugar plus cytosine plus phosphate, which will give citidinic acid. And the sugar plus thymine plus phosphate, which will give thymidilic acid. So we can also write that as I have told, nucleoside plus phosphate, which will give the nucleotide. So hope you understand about nucleoside and the nucleotide of DNA. Now let us understand what is the difference between this nucleotide and the nucleoside. In nucleoside, it is the condensation product of nitrogenous base and the pentose sugar. So it is the condensation product of nitrogenous base and the pentose sugar. Whereas in the nucleotide, it is the condensation product of nucleoside and the phosphate group. Right? So that is the first difference. So second is, it is formed by the glycosidic linkage, that is the glycosidic bond in the nucleoside. Whereas in the nucleotide, it is formed by the phosphodiester bond. It is formed by the phosphodiester bond. Look at this picture, that is figure 6.2, the double stranded polynucleotide chain. So please look that picture. It looks like what? It looks like a ladder. It looks like a ladder. Right. So you know ladder has a upright. They have a two uprights. This is called as two uprights. Right. So this is called as two upright and this is called as what? Rungs. This is the upright. So rungs are nothing but we call it as steps, right? So this is which we call as what? Upright. So here the upright is, that is what? Sugar plus what? Phosphate. So that is sugar plus phosphate. According to the base pair equivalence rule, as we know that adenine is it is a double bond with the what? The thymine, whereas C is triple bond what? G. So you can see here, that is A, it is T, right? T, A, understood? C, G, G, C, like that. So this is how it looks like. So this is the structure of polynucleotide chain. So then, as I said, so this as I showed in your picture, this picture, this is a double stranded polynucleotide chain. So this is the structure of what? Nucleotide. Please do refer the textbook as well as the notes which I have given, which I have sent you. So this nucleotide has the three components, that is the nitrogenous base and the pentose sugar and the phosphate group. So the polynucleotide chain is the long chain of the nucleotides which is linked through the what? 5 strand, 3 strand, that is linked with the 3 strand and the 5 strand phosphodiester linkage, that is bond with the phosphodiester bond. So as I said, in the nucleotide the bond is called as what? Phosphodiester bond. So and one end of the formed polymer has a free phosphate group at the 5 strand end and the ribose sugar, right? So at the 5 strand they have a phosphate group and the ribose sugar, as I told, sugar plus what? Phosphate group. So here also sugar plus phosphate group, right? At the end of the polymer has a free that is 3 strand, that is OH group, which is referred to as a 3 strand end of the polynucleotide chain. So a nitrogen base is linked with the pentose sugar through the nitrogen glycosidic linkage that have a 2 nucleotides are which is linked through a 3 strand 5 strand polydiester linkage. So because they can run anti-parallel, so you can see that this is 3 strand 5 strand, they can run anti-parallel. So these two nucleotides are linked through a 3 strand 5 strand phosphodiester linkage to form a dinucleotide. So the more nucleotides can be joined to form a polynucleotide. You can see here, this is the more polynucleotide has been joined to form a polynucleotide. So this is how the double stranded polynucleotide looks like. In next class, we will study about the structure of a DNA and the RNA.